Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan, and the topic of this 10-minute moan is yet another horrific knife crime on the streets of the United Kingdom. I've been making these videos up for a few months now, and each time I just shake my head, another one. But this one has got two unusual things to it. One is the background of the guy who has been charged and found guilty and sentenced for the crime, and the other thing that I just can't believe is the actual sentence itself. I think it proves no positive in trying to take knives off our streets. Now, the unusual aspect with the criminal, the guy who, the attacker, is that he was an ex-Premier League prodigy. He was younger. He was a youth player since 15, was Swansea City when they were in the Premiership, and when he was 18 he was offered a professional contract, which was later cancelled. That then led him into a life of crime. His name, Kosso Darami, I think Kosso, Causso, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was sentenced 18 months ago. Last year he was sentenced for 18 months for possession of heroin and cocaine. Sorry, tell I 28 months he was sentenced to when he was found £1,000 worth of heroin and cocaine. At the time, the court heard he'd turned to drug dealing to make money because he refused to accept unemployment benefits. Now, what's happened is, last year, he was outside a chicken shop late night, early morning, and he saw a couple of boys, one of them 19, called Ronnie Evans, who unfortunately received life-changing injuries after his vicious robbery. Because they became aware of him. He was standing with what they described as a RAMBO knife. And he was heard to say that when he catches him, he was going to kill them. These two guys shot off, but unfortunately Darami caught up with them and stabbed one of them, he was 19 at the time, in the leg. That lost loads of blood, severed some nerves, which left some damage to him that he lives with to this day, and was fortunate that he missed his arteries by millimetres, or it might have been a more severe charge this lad faced. He then stole a neck chain and a bracelet, pulled that off him while he lay bleeding out, and that was a crime. So he was caught, charged, went to court, found guilty, and the court case heard the evidence of this large Rambo-style hunting knife that Ronnie and his friend noticed before fleeing. And as I say, he gets stabbed in the leg, snatched his jewellery, suffered a huge amount of blood loss after two of his major nerves were severed. Prosecutor Paul Fairley said, luckily, as far as everyone in this case is concerned, the knife missed a few millimetres major blood vessels in his leg. Ronnie said that he now can't walk without a splint in his foot because he's paralysed from the knee down, and because of that he's been unable to continue working as an apprentice electrician, and he can no longer play tennis, which he used to play at quite a high level as a youth. The court also heard that Darami was given a youth contract with Swansea at age 15 and a Pro one at 18, and he once compared himself to Neymar and Cristiano Ronaldo. Must have been some player in his own mind. The judge did say that Darami's actions had changed the life of a man in the prime of his youth. He added that you'd hope to become a professional footballer. It didn't work out. Many dreams don't work out, many ambitions. By the time your professional contract sponsorship came to an end, you had a partner and a newborn child. You felt you were failing and sentenced him to, and this is a bit that I just can't get my head around, 4 years and 4 months for the crime of the stabbing, which may or may not be fair. That's a different topic for a different day. But to run concurrently with that, 3 months for possession of this Rambo-style hunting knife. And I can't get my head around that. I cannot see where the deterrent is for people who think it's all right to carry a knife. 3 months. That's what you get in the United Kingdom. Carrying a knife that you've got no need to, which then led to stabbing. And if you don't have the knife, if the law puts you off carrying knives, this crime doesn't happen. Or if it does, it's fisticuffs and there's probably a lot less severe injuries. And this is a bit that worries me. After the attacks in July in Southport, the British public were unhappy, and were unhappy with a lot of things. And one of those things was, it was another knife attack. 3 beautiful young girls. The age of the girls was just shocking. And to have the thought of what happened in those last minutes of those little kids' lives is just horrific and painful. And the majority of UK citizens are sickened by this. And the concern about the knife crime and what happened obviously led to protests, which is acceptable, and unfortunately led to some riots, which is not acceptable. And a lot of people went to jail, regardless of whether they were rioting or not rioting. And some people went to jail for even suggesting things online that they were unhappy with. And we saw a summer of madness. And you would think that the Prime Minister at the time would think, well, okay, let's look at what people are concerned about, and the knife crime and the levels of immigration. And it wasn't. He decided to ignore all that and call anybody with concerns far right and racist. He never done anything, never spoke ever about knife crime. He said one meeting with Idris Elba, the actor who's trying to curb knife crime, and nothing about it, nothing to tie it with any of these, horrific things. He's not told us what he's going to do to try and help curb this knife culture we've got in the United Kingdom. So it lies on him. He's a Prime Minister. That is your duty. We're now into the middle of November, and I've still never heard you talk about what you're going to do to stop this culture of acceptable knife carrying in the United Kingdom. But I don't think giving people 3 months to run concurrent with other sentences is in any way going to curb any level of knife crime. There is no deterrent. There is none. It's not even worth. You as well not sentencing them. You as well saying, you know what, just carry them. Because 3 months, sure as hell, ain't going to put anybody off that currently thinks it's okay to carry a knife like this in the United Kingdom. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing and hitting the notifications bell. Please put your comments below. Most importantly of all, unless you're the type of person out there that thinks it's acceptable to carry knives in society in 2024, or you are the type of people who can do something about it, but choose not to. Not you. But
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.